Right now at 6, a heartbreaking homecoming. Ending in a war of words.
I guess he means like David Johnson is not a hero because he was killed, because he signed up for it. That is unconscionable.
A local congresswoman calling the president a liar.
Didn't say what that congresswoman said. Didn't say it at all.
Tonight, the commander-in-chief embroiled in the controversy after the death of a hometown hero. Today, President Trump and Congresswoman Wilson squaring off over what the president said to David Johnson's widow.
This war of words is now the top story across the country. So let's get right out to D.C. Bureau Chief Ross Palumbo at the White House.
While the president saying that Wilson flat out fabricated that story, Wilson tonight is denying that. But oddly enough, at the White House press briefing just a few minutes ago, Sarah Sanders is not denying the exact words the president allegedly used, that David Johnson knew what he signed up for. She just took issue with the sentiment.
I think it is appalling what the Congresswoman has done and the way that she's politicized this issue.
The White House pushing back tonight, saying several staffers were on the line with the president, also listening to the call and hearing something entirely different.
The president's call, as accounted by multiple people in the room, believed that the president was completely respectful.
Earlier, the president himself speaking out.
Didn't say what that congresswoman said.
And tweeting that Democrat congresswoman totally fabricated what I said to the wife of a soldier who died in action, and I have proof, sad. Even going further, saying Representative Wilson has now changed her story.
Didn't say it at all. She knows it, and she now is not saying it.
Are you revising now? Is the president correct what you heard him say?
I stand by what I heard him say.
It happened just minutes before the widow collapsed across her husband's casket. Wilson says she heard the president on speakerphone calling the family on the way to the airport, saying he knew what he signed up for, but when it happens, it hurts anyway.
Yeah, he said that. So I guess he means like David Johnson is not a hero because he was killed, because he signed up for it. That is unconscionable.
And Wilson saying 4 other people in the car heard the same.
My proof is the people in the car, the grieving family, who have no reason to lie on the President of the United States. And if I were him, I would apologize to Maisha.
Well, the big question tonight is, will the president apologize? Will the president at least call that widow to clear the air? Tonight, Janine and Calvin, the White House simply is not saying.
And Ross, the Congresswoman says that she has proof of what the president says. Is there possibly a recording, or is the proof, as she said, just in the witnesses who listened to that call?
You know, I asked the Congresswoman specifically that because we had got wind that there might possibly be a recording. If there is, she says that she does not have it. She says her proof is the 4 other people in the car with her who all heard the president, she says, say the exact same thing.
Ross Palumbo on top of the controversy at the White House. Thanks a lot.